Chief Ayo Adebanjo has opened up on what Southern and Middle Belt leaders demanded from the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi in order to support him. Adebanjo revealed at the meeting held in his home and that Obi was asked to prioritize restructuring in exchange for their support. The leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere revealed that the meeting had in attendance top leaders of SMBLF, including Edwin Clark of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, Drew Bitrus of the Middle Belt Forum, and George Obiozo of Ohanaeze Indigbo Worldwide. He said, Obi came to meet Southern and Middle Belt leaders in my house. It was an exchange of views. We believe in the same cause, he said, adding that they won't back any candidate that does not support restructuring. We are all partners in progress. The fight he's fighting is a fight for the oppressed. Restructuring was the front burner. We should have a country first before we have any development plan. That is the pillar on which the Southern and Middle Belt leaders stand. Consultational review, community policing, devolution of power, and others are all embedded in restructuring. Where we have a constitution where everybody is dissatisfied, you won't have peace, and without peace, there will be no stability. These are fundamental. 2023, what Southern Middle Belt leaders demanded from Peter Obi. It's no news that Peter Obi visited Pa Ayo Adebanjo, the Afenifere leader. And it wasn't just Pa Ayo Adebanjo, it was the Southern and the Middle Belt leaders that he met. Well, Adebanjo has declared, he stated before that he's not going to support APC or PDP. As a matter of fact, even before Peter Obi visited him, he's mentioned that Peter Obi is someone who values justice, is someone who respects the principle of justice and fairness, as such that is one advantage that Peter Obi has over the APC and the PDP presidential candidates. If we rewind back, if we go back, if we recall when Bola Tinubu declared his intentions to run, when he first visited President Muhammadu Buhari, immediately newsmen visited Pa Ayo Adebanjo to get his opinion, his views, to find out if he was excited, because at that point it was mixed reactions coming from left and right, because before then Bola Tinubu had always insisted that he wasn't sure if he was going to run, but all he left with Nigerians, the disclaimer he left at that time was that politics is uncertain, that for now he's not running, but you never know. So when he eventually made the move and made that big announcement, it was a lot of reactions, and a lot of notable persons were speaking. Some were congratulating him, some were saying no way. We remember Bode George. Bode George has always maintained that if Bola Tinubu becomes president, he will tear his Nigerian passport, he will renounce his citizenship and all of that. So we've been hearing a lot of that. So at that point, newsmen visited Pa Ayo Adebanjo and to find out his opinion. But from the conclusion of that meeting, he didn't come out specifically to say, no, I'm not happy about that, or yes, I'm happy about his intentions, the announcement he made. The way he said it was that Southern leaders have not agreed on the candidates they are going to be supporting. That sent a lot of signal. The newsmen, they tried to even press to get words out of him to find out if eventually they are going to be supporting Bola Tinubu, if that is the candidate the Southern leaders have put forward. We know Southern leaders have been demanding that presidency goes to the South, but the body language of Pa Ayo Adebanjo wasn't with Bola Tinubu. So right now, him speaking and talking about supporting Peter Obi is not coming as a surprise. Peter Obi has gone there to solicit support and also to share his visions, his plans for the country come 2023. Now, Southern and Middle Belt leaders have placed a demand before him that the only ground on which they are going to support him is if he's ready to restructure the country. They also stated that they won't support anyone that doesn't have any plan to restructure the country, that is what they are fighting for. They are fighting for the oppressed, for those who don't have voice, that those are the people they are fighting for. And they spelt it out to him very well, what they mean by restructuring, how they want the restructuring to take place. They talked about it, made it very plain to him that constitutional review. So that 1999 constitution that was put together by the military, some military men, that constitution has to be readjusted. Constitutional review. Community policing, let every community be in charge. We don't have to wait for Inspector General of Police from Abuja before things can be done. Community policing, this will help to fight the insecurity we're currently dealing with, devolution of power, and others. All of these are embedded in the restructuring they are demanding. And they are saying that if there's a constitution where everyone is dissatisfied, everyone is not happy with the current constitution, the 1999 constitution, that there is no way you have peace. And without peace, there will be no stability. These are the fundamentals. We have to deal with the fundamental issues. We know the other candidates, they've been talking about what they would do. Atiku Abubakar, if I'm elected president, electricity will become stable. Bola Tinubu, if I'm elected president, school fees from secondary to I beg your pardon, from primary to secondary will be free. All of those things they are providing, or they are promising, they are all good, but we need to go back to the basis, to the foundation. And this is what Southern and the Middle Belt leaders are demanding from Peter Obi. They've told him in black and white that you would have our support if you are going to focus on this, if this is what you are going to do. But we know it's very easy to promise that yes, I will do it, but doing it is the most important bit. President Muhammad Buhari made a lot of promises that made people feel that yes, this is the man, this is the change we are looking for. Promise to end insecurity, promise to deal with corruption. Right now, corruption lives with him, all of his ministers. There are a lot of corruption allegations on their head. Corruption lives with him. A lot of things that he promised, that the economy has gone down. Nigerians are suffering, serious suffering. Well, for Peter Obi, one thing he's been singing is that he wants to turn the country from from importation to manufacturing. That it should be a hub, a center of manufacturing. We should be the one manufacturing and exporting things out to boost the economy. He has other plans for the country, but with this one they've just put on his table, we'll see how he's going to deal with this. Leave us your take, guys. Thank you once again for staying tuned, and please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.